Peace. We in the building. Peace. We in the building. Welcome to the Speak Your Mind podcast. Peace. Peace to the people. So today is April 11th. Knowledge, all being born to wisdom. Knowledge is the accumulation of facts and information. Once you take that knowledge and impart it on the next person, then that person may acknowledge that knowledge. If they acknowledge that knowledge, then they have received the message that you have taken in and given to them, which creates wisdom. When a wise man speaks, a wise man listens. So today on Speak Your Mind podcast, we got the wise man in the building. I got the two guards with me. They're going to be adding on my brother Knowledge Born and my brother K Born Rivers, right? My brother Knowledge Born is going to be adding on about, tickets. A lot of us get tickets throughout the weeks or whatever, going to work or parking here and running into place, and you get a ticket, come out and get mad because you got to pay $115 ticket or a $55 ticket for parking somewhere you wasn't supposed to park at. And it gets real crazy, man, all the money that you got to spend for these tickets. So my brother Knowledge Born, he gonna come on today and talk about different ways that you could fight the ticket or possibly get the ticket dismissed. So that's a welcome conversation. Also, my brother K Born, he got a new single with a couple other people called All Right. I listened to the single. The single is dope. I don't know if I can play the single on here because Facebook has a way of cutting off your stream or muting your stream when they hear music in the background. So I don't really want to play the single, but I will show you where you can get the single at. But let's introduce the queen, because the queen's having some type of troubles, but she's here now. Peace, queen. What's the science, queen?
Dad, did you have to blow me up? Peace, everybody. It's all good. Peace to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Lord, I don't even know what number we on. We just love coming out and sharing the information about current events or bringing in certain people to give us knowledge and wisdom, right? So we are here. Thank you for tuning in with Speak Your Mind podcast with the Allis, and I appreciate everybody. So I know I heard you was talking about the brothers who's coming on for the day, and I think we could do a little bit of his music, just like a 3-second situation. I don't believe Facebook will cut us off for that, but if so, we will go to K Born and tell him you are responsible for our video being cut off. But no, seriously, we definitely thank you. We're going to highlight today's conversation, and I hope everybody listen. I need people to like, and I need you to subscribe. This information is coming to y'all free, and we love doing it. But please, we just ask you to just share and subscribe, so that way no one should not say, I don't know how to get on. Go on YouTube, subscribe it, so that way when we come on, even if we decide to come on during the week, you would know, because you are now a YouTube follower on I Am Phenomenal, Unlimited LLC, Speak Your Mind podcast with the Allis.
Speak Your Mind podcast with the Allis. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get notifications all the time.
All the time
that we're doing. Also, like this video and share this video so other people can know exactly what's going on with the Speak Your Mind podcast with the Allis. We are providing an open line forum where people in our community could talk about relevant topics and, start the conversation going. And we got to organize an effort. We got a place here where people can speak their mind about different things that's going on, and we can organize our people so that we can come out and do the things that we have to do in the community. But before we get started, I think that our beginning music didn't come on, or our beginning introduction. So I'm gonna play that, and then we're gonna get into some relevant topics.
Okay.
Peace. Brought to you by I Am Phenomenal Unlimited. This is the Speak Your Mind podcast, hosted by the Queen, Shanice Gatewood Ali, and the God, I.B. Speak Your Mind, an open line podcast delves into the week's current events, trending topics, and the social issues that affect Black people in America. Okay, so let's get into it. So today we got some current events. We got a couple things that's going on in the community that we want to talk about. Before we do that though, is there anything going on with your organization that you want to speak about, Queen?
So we are Phenomenal Woman right now is organizing a domestic violence, no justice, no sleep. We are organizing something right now. So if anybody would like to be a part of that, please go on wearephenomenalwoman.com and go to your left and those three little dots. You could click it and it says contact us. Please let me know that you would like to be a part of that with us. We are promoting, we want to promote Black women, right? We are constantly getting something happening to us. We are disrespected all the time. We disrespect each other all the time. And we just need to come together and come to realization because I cannot call you a queen if you constantly disrespecting some another queen or a king, so we need to start organizing. What do these things look like? We need to start letting people know that we do matter. Other people are looking, getting policy passed for themselves but nothing for ourselves. So we need to come together and say enough is enough. We do matter, and this is something that we're going to be talking about today in our topic. So with that being said, I say peace.
Okay, so I also want to say that I Am Phenomenal Unlimited. We're going to start our first cohort of recovery coach classes. Right, we have the Recovery Coach Academy. I'm a certified trainer of trainers for recovery coaches. So I definitely want to say that we're going to start the recovery coach classes. You take the 40-hour recovery coach class, and then you take the ethics class, and then you take the you do the exam at the exam site, and you could become a certified recovery peer advocate. So this is something that is in high demand in the field right now. It's different places like hospitals, different recovery centers, and different places that are hiring recovery peer advocates, certified recovery peer advocates. So this is something that we want to provide to the community, and we definitely want to work with the community so that they can get their certifications. Also, my wife has the domestic violence advocate class that she's going to be rolling out in the near future. And we want people to get involved in that as well, so they can learn all the different aspects of domestic violence, and they could be there for people that are going through domestic violence. So keep your ears tuned in, and we definitely will tell you when we start the cohorts of these classes. So let's get into
Wait,
these.
I'm sorry, King. One more thing as well. So I'm wearing the I Am Phenomenal shirt. And this
Oh,
shirt
yeah.
was birthed a while ago. Like, let me stand up. So the I Am
Okay.
Phenomenal, right? I Am Phenomenal and We Are Phenomenal Woman is on her. I have on her pants. We Are Phenomenal,
Right.
WAPW, and then I Am Phenomenal. So I'm wearing her today because I want to let people know that I Am Phenomenal. The book will be we doing pre-sales, and I would like love to thank you and one of our other sponsors, Miss Daphne. You sponsored a book this month. She sponsored a book for next month. So we are looking for sponsors because guess what? We want to give to someone who might not have the $20, right? Someone who might be in a shelter, whoever. But we want sponsors to purchase the book, and that way we can give it to somebody who actually definitely will enjoy reading it. So thank you, Daphne. Thank you to God I Be for doing that for my sister and I. We did the book together, Shanice Gatewood and Quanasia Gatewood. We are two sisters, and thank y'all. We still looking for more sponsors, so keep it rolling. Thank you, people. It's a beautiful book. You need to buy one for yourself too. How about that? You buy one for yourself and then you buy one for somebody else. So with
Just
that,
keep
I
up
say
the great
peace.
work. Keep
Thank
pushing
you.
the books out there, and we salute you. We salute you on all your
Thank you.
endeavors, and we like the positivity that you bring to the community.
Thank
So
you.
first and foremost, we're gonna start with this because we have to start with this. Um,
Oh,
our brother, rest in peace, our
yeah.
brother DMX, right?
Mr. Earl Simmons.
Rest in peace to our brother, man. Like this one hit hard. You know, we know the brother was struggling, but we don't care about that. Everybody struggles. So
Yeah.
we definitely want to salute our brother in his struggle. And, you know, unfortunately, he succumbed to the situation that he was in. But we definitely, we was all impacted by this brother in one way
Yeah.
or another. I know I was for sure. Cause matter of fact, I just saw a quick post that Russell Simmons had did. He said that when DMX had came out, they said that Def Jam was currently in decline. So they was
Wow.
trying to figure out a new way to get back into the industry heavy the way they once was. Because you know Def Jam come from LL Cool J and all of the
Absolutely.
different prominent artists that was coming out, Redman, Method Man, all of these different people that was on Def Jam, but it was in decline at the time when DMX came out, and DMX brought life back to that label. He was able
Ooh.
to put out one album that went platinum in 98, and then later on that year he put out another album that went
Mm.
platinum. So it's Dark as Hell and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Both of them albums went platinum, and these is his first two albums, and I believe his third album also went platinum. So this brother right here, man, he's a phenomenal brother, man. I can't
Yes, he
forget
is.
the great things that he has done. So I just want to read a little bit of this article real quick. And in the article, this article is by the Daily Beast. It says DMX was a casualty in America's war on black men. The
Mm.
black community sat in agony over the past week as we waited for the official news of DMX's health. We knew what was coming, but we also didn't want to accept it.
Right.
Although the 50-year-old rapper reportedly suffered a heart attack from a suspected drug overdose, it was as if we crashed back to reality, a reality where even if you made it, you're still black at the hands of the system and is not meant for you or does not work for you. Hell, a
Right.
system that has been constructed to destroy you. The
Mm.
rapper, whose legal name is Earl Simmons, had a jarring interest in the hip hop scene. He appeared loud, barking, aggressive, and pivoted his albums with biblical references in what some would consider a blasphemous manner, which for conservative black families is a big no-no. But still, if you actually listen to the music, you could feel the gentle nature of his being and the genius of his lyrical content. And if you really paid attention, you could hear the deep hurt in his voice, the emotional cries from the stability, and some sense of normalcy. Born in 1970 to a young mother who had already had two other children by the time she was 19, DMX did not grow up in the most functional household. He was estranged by his biological father and his mother and her boyfriends who would physically abuse him on the regular. My mother beat, well, let's not even get into that, but I'm going to get into a little bit more down. I'm going to screen down a little bit. Um, it says, okay, despite it all, he developed a talent for battle rapping in the streets. That's where DMX found his calling, swapping ciphers in the 80s and early 90s as hip hop culture really began to take hold in America. Unfortunately, along with finding his talent and purpose, the rapper also discovered drugs. At the age of 14, DMX's 30-year-old musical mentor laced a joint of marijuana with crack cocaine without his knowledge. He
Mm.
said, I didn't smoke cigarettes, weed. I didn't do anything. He passed the blunt around and I hit the blunt. He tearfully explained it to Talib Kweli on a podcast. I never felt this before. It effed me up. I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack. Why would he do that to a child? He was like 30 and he knew I looked up to him. Why would you do that to someone who looks up to you? So it became a habit he struggled to break throughout his entire adult life and was a contributing factor to his death.
Wow.
So this is like really, really unfortunate because people like to throw all types of darts and daggers at a person and talk
Mm-hmm.
about what they was going through and how they was struggling, but nobody is paying attention to the fact that this man was laced.
Mm-hmm.
He was laced in a blunt, and he was a young person that hasn't even had a chance to truly enjoy life yet, and they put that demon on his back.
Besides that, I hate to hear, you know, when a someone who passed away, the first thing the media want to highlight is this person had a drug issue. Just the same way with George Floyd, they want to highlight this person had a drug issue, but it does not make it's not right for somebody to do what they did to him, nor George or anybody else, because guess what? everybody in our family have a history of some type of substance abuse, right? So at the end of the day, we need to start highlighting the good of the individual and not the bad. And that's what the media does. And I cannot stand that, because if you listen to some of his close friends, I have someone on my page now. She, shared that she was very close with Mr. Earl Simmons, also known as DMX. She shared the things that he said to her and stopped her for doing the things that she was doing in the street. So, and then as well, you have a picture of you and him, shook hands and took a picture. If he was a good brother, I sensed that through the picture. I did not see him. I never. I It's sad and it hurts my heart for them to always put our people in a bad look versus all the great things that he have done. Because somebody even said that he didn't have no money. Okay, if he didn't have money, is it because he was giving out the money to a lot of people in the community, or was it because he was helping other organizations, or, as we said, Def Jam helped them come out of the situation? DMX had done so much great things for so many people, and we, over the weekend, we had watched the documentary, we had watched Belly, we had watched other interviews with other rappers, people crying. If he was a
A slime ball,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If he was that, trust and believe me, they wouldn't even be out there partying from the time, well, not partying, but showing that they love him in Yonkers. This man was a great. I mean, we even watched Drink Champs with Noriega, and how, we. I felt it. Just by, I wanted to cry. Why? Because this man was a man first,
Right.
and he was a boy, and this person did that. That person needs to go to jail. That is not right. Just the same way somebody rape a girl at a young age, or whatever the case might be. Something needs to give with that piece. You drugging a minor, you can go to jail for that.
Right. And it's crazy because I teach substance use. I'm a certified recovery peer advocate and a credential alcohol and substance abuse counselor. So when I seen DMX that day, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm in awe because this is a person I have seen his career bloom from 20 years and 98 and all of that, when I first came home from jail and Belly came out and his albums came out and all of this different stuff. I was like, I had to tell him, I'm like, yo, when I was younger in my 20s, you was like almost a superhero or something like that. He laughed it off or whatever. I was like, yeah, I just seen the Lox perform at this show. What he's like, yeah, the pups, those are the pups right there. I'm like, yo, this dude, yo, he's a good dude, man. So I was laughing with him or whatever, but I was telling him like, yo, bro, we need you out here, man. We need you out here. Like, your voice, it needs to be heavy back in the rap community, in the hip hop community, because DMX was hip hop. If you listen to
Mm-hmm.
his music, it wasn't. We had went into a period where every chorus had singing and all of this commercial stuff. DMX brought it back to the straight raw gutter information and lyrics, and that was hard to go platinum just off of lyrics and beats,
Mm-hmm.
choruses. You can't front on the brother for that. But we got to move
Right.
on to the next subject. So anyway, last but not least, salute to the brother, salute to
Salute.
my brother DMX, man, and your legacy is definitely going to be felt out here for many
Absolutely.
years. So moving on to the next topic.
Absolutely. Wow. That's so sad.
Okay, so this right here. All right, y'all can't see it yet. Let me share the video.
Not to mention, he just had a video with the Locks not too long ago. We watched that as well. Matter
Yeah,
of
you
fact,
ain't
they was
really
in
without
Harlem.
Hitch.
Yeah, they was in Harlem, and that song was hard. Like, check that out. That song was dope. We was in here vibing the whole weekend.
Facts. So this one right here is about COVID. We got to keep the updates on the COVID because COVID is still going on out here. So yeah, matter of fact, I just spoke to my mother the other day, and she said she received her second dose of the vaccine. So I'm saying, listen, you up in age, you feel like that's your best protection. I support you on it. I just hope that it'll do everything that she's looking for. Um,
Absolutely.
so this one is called. This was in the Amsterdam News. COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough cases occurring. So now that everyone in the city is eligible for COVID-19 vaccine, questions are rising over how effective it really is. Some health experts are warning against COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough cases. So this week, New Yorkers 16 and up will welcome to roll up their sleeves and get the COVID-19 vaccine. Seniors aged 17 years old and up can walk into 25 city-run sites all over the 5 boroughs to get the vaccine. However, cases have been rising across this country for nearly a month now, especially among young people. A toxic mixture of new, more contagious variants of the virus and young, unvaccinated people are to blame. In the city, the current positivity rate is 6.6%, and the 7-day rolling average for positive COVID-19 cases is over 3,100. This is the time for us to not abandon the things that have worked for us during the COVID-19 pandemic. And it's particularly important right now that we still see a relative high level of cases, but we have a chance to bend that curve downward, said Department of Health and Mental Hygiene Commissioner David Choksi. So my message to my fellow New Yorkers is a simple one. Let's keep doing the things that we know have worked over the last few months, and let's take particular caution with those activities where it's harder to wear a mask consistently and properly. Dr. Kitu Demisi of SUNY Downstate Health Center, Health Science University, tells the AM News that an uptick in travel and recent holidays are to blame for the increase in cases. So I'm going to skip down a little bit. Now, it says reports are surfacing about people who have been fully vaccinated and contracted and still contracting COVID-19. The cases are called COVID-19 vaccine breakthroughs and are defined as people contracting COVID-19 who are appropriately vaccinated. State officials in Michigan reported 246 COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough cases between January and March. 3 of the patients died and were all over 65. The individuals tested positive for COVID-19 14 or more days after getting their second vaccine dose. In South Carolina, over 100 COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough cases have been reported. Epidemiologists in Washington states are reporting over 100 breakthrough cases since February. Cases have also been reported in Texas, Florida, Idaho, and Minnesota. So
Wow.
this right here is something very important that people need to know, that just because you have received both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, you are still susceptible to the virus. You can still catch the virus. You can still pass the virus. And some people are still succumbing to the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Mm-hmm.
you say about that?
So, first of all, we are not any physicians. We must say that.
That's a fact.
So we just want to share, information. Sometimes watching it on the news, you're like still have questions in your mind. However, I just want us to pay attention a little bit more. So let's go. I'm going to say this, but tie it into what I'm saying, as always, right? So around Christmas time, they put out certain toys for our children to always want to they watching on a regular, right? So you're programming the children to want this particular toy. Let's say King Kong versus Godzilla. So they put out all of a sudden these King Kong and Godzilla toys, which I'm sure they will. And next thing you know, our children start saying, "Oh, mommy, daddy, I want King Kong and Godzilla," and that is a part of programming. So with this vaccine, here we go. All of a sudden, they start saying that the children can be vaccinated, right? Because this happened and that happened and um um they died or whatever the case may be, just to program you to get you, oh my god, let me go take my 16-year-old and have them to go to get vaccine. Before, it wasn't even like that. My next thing is, if this vaccine is only for people who are have disparity, I mean not health disparities, then why is it that people who don't have any health disparities are taking it, right? So these are just questioning questions that's in my head. I have asthma, you know, and with that being said, let me stay my 6 feet, let me keep my mask on, and hopefully I stay safe, continue to wash my hands. Now, those who got vaccinated, which is great, I you should be thinking in your head, I should be free from the mask because this is the reason why I took it, right? I should be able to go into the restaurants because I'm vaccinated and I'm good, right? No, you still got to wash your hands, still got to social distance, and still got to wear your mask. And why am I taking this again?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, they say the reason that we're supposed to be taking it because it's going to decrease the possibility of being hospitalized and decrease the outcome of the COVID-19. But it's still up in the air. And
It's
as
still on there.
we're
Hmm.
not physicians, so we're not
No,
giving anybody any medical advice. We just here
none.
to present the information. So before I read the last two articles, I want to bring our guests on because we definitely want to get their input on the next two things we're talking about, and then we're going to get into their presentations. So first and foremost, I want to bring my brother Knowledge Born into the cipher. Peace, King.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. How you doing, Earth? How you doing? How you doing,
I'm
God?
good.
Hey,
To the God, man.
science, man.
So next,
Yeah, man.
I want to bring my other brother, K. Born Rivers, into the cipher. Peace.
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 Blessings. Peace. Peace.
So,
Peace.
so did y'all
Blessings.
get a chance to hear what we was talking about?
Yes. Wag yourself.
Y'all have any input on that?
Yeah, my input on the COVID thing. No, all right. I'm gonna deal with the first topic, man. Um, DMX, man. Like, yo, it's sad that it happened like that, and like the Earth was saying, it's like people always highlighting on the negativity, you know what I mean, on everything, like, and not realizing people be doing good stuff outside of their struggles and all that. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the same thing like with George Floyd. He could have took all the drugs in the world. Had he been still walking down the street, he'd have still been living. Like the whole thing is him having drugs in the system and could have made him die. If he wouldn't have had his foot on his neck, bottom line, he wouldn't have died. If he'd been walking down the street, he would not have died. It's a 99.9% chance he would have still been living. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So of course that was a contributing factor to how he died by him putting his knee on the brother's neck and all that. That's the thing, like the Earth was saying, man, like they always highlighting negativity. The same thing with all right, now we're going to the COVID thing. My thing is this: if everybody else is vaccinated, I should be good. So I'm not taking the joint. Me personally, that's how I feel. That's just my outlook on it. Everybody else around me taking it, feel they need to take it, then I should be all right. And it makes sense to what she was saying. It's like, if I take this vaccination, why I still got to wear a mask? Why I still got to do this and the third? But they're going to try to do some things, man, with that. Like the King Alpha plan with it. Everybody going to have a card and you can't do this, you can't do this until you show your card. And they try to dress it up like it'll be more faster by going through the airport system. If you had this card, it's going to still be a long ass line. Gonna be a lot of people that gonna be having the vaccination card. It's gonna still be the same process. So it's a gas up, like she was saying, the promoting these certain things, pushing it in your face and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go through the airport a little quicker now. They ain't gonna have no vaccination. I'm gonna have my vaccination card. It's gonna be the same process, man. They're gassing it all up. You know what I mean? Making it seem pretty. You're gonna have to go through the same process. So me personally, everybody else want to do it and you get the vaccinators. That's what they want. That's what they do. But I'm not, man. But I'm good on that, and it's so much up in the air, So I'm good on that.
Right.
Okay.
My K-Born, I'm sorry.
Peace. Yeah,
Peace.
I like to build about both topics too. I'm gonna start from the beginning like the God did, from the foundation. Like, as far as the DMX situation, I feel that, I agree that people do, they always bring out the bad things in us. If you seen the newspaper, the Daily News yesterday, they had the Prince die at 99. The Trouble rapper died at 50. So I had something to say about that. Because the same thing, they got the beloved Prince, but they didn't put down that the beloved Prince is married to his cousin. So if you're gonna put out dirt on him, put dirt on him too. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the gravy all around the board. Because if you was gonna say he was the beloved Prince, you should have said that he was a talented rapper.
That's right.
If you're gonna put it out on one, put it out on both. And then I feel that a lot of people, everybody, like the majority of people, feel they celebrate the DMX, but also at the same time they feel guilty. You know why? Because the world stood right there and watched this man beg for help. They watched him cry for help, and people wasn't really helping him in the way that he needed help. And bringing him around in situations where it's alcohol and drugs and all that wasn't helping him either. And even though people say he's his own man, he could do whatever he choose to do, but at the same token, if it's a starving lion right here, you won't be holding a pork chop in front of his face.
Right.
You feel me? So
yes.
It's the same thing with the brother. He got addiction. There's no sense to be influencing him with it.
Right.
And as far as the COVID thing, I'm like the God now is born. If enough people was taking it, then I guess I shouldn't have to take it.
Right.
Then it should be balanced down. So I guess that'll balance it down. Because I'm not just gonna go. I always was against vaccinations.
Right.
Even like 3 years ago when I first came out with What's Peace, and I'm about to come out with it again. But you see in there, I said bad vaccinations, don't swallow the pill, sonny. That was 3 years ago. So those always been bad. People come up to me and they be like, every year, you okay? I'm about to go down to the hospital and take a flu shot.
Right.
You coming? I said, nah. And I always said, nah, I never took a flu shot. They said, why you ain't going? I said, why would I go down to the hospital perfectly healthy and come back with a slight dose of the flu? Just in case when flu season comes, my immune system can build it up just in case.
Just in case.
I got the flu when I went to the hospital and got the shot. So, I pass on all that.
Right. Yeah. Instead of them telling us how to build up our immune system, which would be very good to speak on how to build it up. Each greens, your vegetable, your vitamins, your this, your that. Us as
your body.
That too. Us as Black people, African Americans, the Indians, we all of us did healthy earthly remedies. We need to bring those things back. But as soon as we start talking about these things, somebody is off the person. I don't know who, but we don't know who.
Yeah.
But
that's what they saying out there.
That's what they say. I don't know. But for the most part,
keep us on soul food.
Exactly, and that's something my husband and we was watching Soul Food, and the turkey, the macaroni and cheese, the mashed potatoes, all these carbs, right? Starches, right? And we thinking, oh my God, this is so beautiful. The family's together, but at the end of the day, we don't have no salad. We don't have certain things on the table, and that can contribute to where we at today with the diabetes, and we got all types of sweet potato pies and cakes and all this other stuff.
We got no water up there.
Right. Kool-Aid and soda, So I just want to say that.
And it's interesting. It's interesting that the specific illnesses and ailments that are predominant in our neighborhood, the highest health disparities, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, asthma, all of the stuff that's in our community is the main comorbidities that make COVID, which is not really a strong or fatal virus, into this killer that has gone across the world. Obesity. All of these things is prevalent within our communities. So it's, it's just bad. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. So let me close this one.
See the comment.
Huh? What she said? Okay, she said that's why we keep our remedies from the Yankee bread. Our ways aren't welcome by many. That's a fact. That's a fact. So next, this topic right
That's
here
a
is a
fact.
very controversial topic. I just want to see what people's input on it is. I really don't have I really
Ooh.
don't, have
Mm.
a take on it. I'm just really trying to figure it out. All right, so
Right.
this is from Fox Business and MSN Money right here. It says inside BLM co-founder Patrice Concolor's $1 million real estate buying binge. So it says, and this is by Isabel Vincent. It says, as protests broke out across the country in the name of Black Lives Matter, the group's co-founder went on a real estate buying binge, snatching 4 high-ended homes for 3.2 million in the U.S. alone, according to property records. Patrice Concolors, 37, also eyed property in Bahamas at an ultra exclusive resort where Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods both have homes, the Post has learned. Luxury apartments and townhouses at the beachfront of the Albany Resort host Nassau as priced between 5 million and 20 million, according to a local agent. The self-described Marxist last month purchased a $1.4 million home on a secluded road, a short drive from Malibu in Los Angeles, according to the report. The 2,370 square foot property features soaring ceilings, skylights, and plenty of windows with canyon views. The Topanga Canyon homestead, which includes 2 houses on a quarter acre, is just one of 3 homes Concolors owns in Los Angeles area, public records show. Some fellow activists were taken aback by the real estate revelations. Hawk Newsom, the head of Black Lives Matter Greater New York City, called for an independent investigation to find out how the global network spends its money. If you go around calling yourself a socialist, you have to ask how much of her own personal money is going to charitable causes, he said. It's really sad because it makes people doubt the validity of the movement and overlook the fact that it's people that carry the movement. Last year, Concolors and spouse Janiyah Khan ventured to Georgia to acquire a 4th home, a custom ranch on 3.2 rural acres in Conyers, featuring a private airplane hangar with a studio apartment above it and the use of 2,500-foot paved grass community runway that can accommodate small airplanes. Oh,
Mm.
Mm.
whoa. So,
Wow.
I know that we do activism, right? We all, like many people that I deal with, is involved with activism. However, we also have entrepreneurial ventures as well. But the
Yeah.
question is, where is the transparency? If you are doing other ventures, then and you know that you're working for the people, then what would be the problem in saying, okay, well, I did this and I did this, so that's why I have enough money to do this. And also, when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement, they saying that they had over $90 million in contributions last year and only spent, I think, less than half of that or half of that um,
Mm.
into the community. So,
Mm.
we just want to know. We want to know what's going on. Mallory also got flack for doing the Cadillac commercial. I mean, we all got to do whatever we got to do to feed our families, but where is the line between activism and actually going out here and getting this money? So I just want y'all
Right.
to think on that.
Yeah. Where's the money at? Because if Black Lives Matter spent 30 million, or even if they spent $1 billion, I haven't been in one community yet that I ever seen Black Lives anything. And I'll be all over. I'll be all over this. You know what I'm saying? I'll be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And every state. I travel to. I'm traveling to the United States on a regular, going different places here, there. I never seen not one office that said Black Lives Matter. I know Hawk from New York. That's it. Hawk is the only individual. I only know one Black Lives Matter. Hawk. That's it.
One Black
And
Lives
when
Matter.
Hawk roll, Hawk will show up. Him, his wife, and the crew. But the people that be with him, they not Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? If they are,
Ooh.
they the Black Lives Matter in New York. That's deal with Hawk.
Mm.
That's not involved. They not, associated with the main Black Lives Matter. So
Mm.
where's this money going at? That's like that. That kind of remind me of the mayor wife with the Thrive NYC.
Right.
Well, I'm going to say with the Strive NYC, I definitely want to say with that. I did a lot of, I put together a few workshops with Strive NYC, and they came out and they did the classes, right? And it gave me a better input on how to deal with somebody who have mental health disorders, right? So if somebody is walking down the street and they just end suicide, so that did help. I'm gonna say that my husband took it, I took it. Only part that we didn't take was the elder.
I got that one. I got both
You
of them.
have that one? Okay, so
I
we
got
have
the
the
elder, I
team.
got both of them.
Okay, we got the team, and we also have the adults, but we don't have the elder, which I was about to put that together, but unfortunately because of COVID I wasn't able to put that one together. But whatever can happen. So I want to say Strive NYC job was to educate. Now, if you look at Black Lives Matter
No, you're missing, but
mission,
you're missing one thing. You're missing
go
one thing.
ahead, go
We're
ahead.
not talking about what's educating. We talking on the money.
Right. Where
Right, right,
How
right,
much
where's
right,
the
money
right,
money?
did
right.
you get
Okay.
from Thrive NYC when you threw that course? I held courses them. How much did they pay you when you had the course?
I didn't get paid anything.
Nothing.
Thank you. So that means
No, I
that
put it
where's the
together.
money at? We back on the topic.
Right.
Thrive NYC
Got
got over
got it.
$1.9 billion.
Wow, wow,
That's what I'm
wow.
getting at. They
Got
got
you,
$1.9
got you.
billion. Where did that money go at?
Right,
And
right,
I worked with them for over 18 months. I done held several adolescent
right,
courses. I done brought 20, 30 people there.
right.
I done held several adult courses. I done
Mm-hmm.
brought 20, 30 people here. As a matter of fact, look, and
The
look,
book.
I have 20, 30 people there, and
Right,
That's
right,
right.
I haven't got one dime. So it goes
right.
back to where the $90 billion at. That's where I was getting at, Queen.
Okay,
Duke
got
teach you
you.
a lot, but it taught me a lot. But
Right,
where's that? They didn't give me a dime. They didn't even buy
right,
the people that was there water. So for somebody to be got $1.9 billion and you come to the community and you got people doing this, you should be, where's anything at?
right. No, you absolutely right, and I'm gonna give you that.
That's what I was getting at with that.
No, you're right. And excuse me for misunderstanding. However, you're right, and maybe we need to change the narrative and write to them, right? So here we go. Now Black Lives Matter. With that, it was a hashtag. Okay, everybody jumped on it. It was really good for the time. It's still relevant to us, those who are in the movement, those who see what's going on. But what I think they should have been doing way more. Their mission is to what? Educate the people. We was going over the mission
Or
earlier.
they said they fighting against all forms of white supremacy, right? They want to eradicate white supremacy in all of its forms, right? And they was started with the death of Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm.
When one of the persons wrote a little something about it on Facebook, and then the other person took the last three words, which was Black Lives Matter, put a hashtag on it, and it went worldwide. So they started from that, and then with the death of Mike Brown, they expanded, substantially as far as the movement, and they had a lot of people out on the ground during that time period. But recently, one of the people who was affected, during that time was Tamir Rice's mother. Many people know about Tamir Rice, which was the young kid who was outside with the BB gun, and the police came up and shot him. So
Yeah.
there was never any justice in that case. So she came out recently and said that people that are in the movement, as far as Black Lives Matter, Benjamin Crump, Tamika Mallory, Sharpton, and everybody else,
My
they
son.
have not really they have really not done anything for her as far as the movement.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, if your movement has $90 million, right, and these people are the face of your movement, why should they only be having to worry about getting money from the government when you have $90 million in donations? You should be piecing some of these families off that you out here, and they making your organization relevant.
Right.
Yeah, they come
What
around.
was the purpose? What was the purpose of the donation?
The purpose of the donations was because when George Floyd happened, when the George Floyd situation happened, it expanded so crazy, and everybody, all you heard was Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. So people were supposed to be donating to the cause of what was going on the ground. But what they didn't realize was they was donating to the main entity. All of these other organizations that you see in these different communities are chapters of that entity that people will say, okay, I want to start a Black Lives Matter movement in my town. And they start the movement, they get the t-shirts, they do all of this work, they get arrested, they go out there and protest and all of this. But when the money came, the main organization wasn't piecing nobody in the community off.
Right.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is this, right? For example, if I get a notice that say, yo, I need you to contribute such and such. So my thing is, all right, I'm gonna ask you, what am I contributing to? What is this money going to? Is it going to community centers? Is it going to bail money? Is it going towards whatever it's going to? Because I'm not gonna donate anything to anyone. I'm not gonna donate anything to anyone unless I know exactly what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna hold you accountable for that. So now the thing is, all right, let me finish though. The thing is, if I'm donating this money, is there some type of something in place that say that this money is going this, that, and the third?
Right.
All right, check this out, God. You know what they say, most people don't do the knowledge to things, they just jump on things. And if they really looked at what Black Lives Matter really meant, it don't even mean Black Lives Matter. Because the BLM, them ladies is lesbians. And that was but the gay thing, and they kept on getting denied their jobs. And that B stand for that, you know what I'm saying? The bi and all that lives matter. And then the other people just seen the BLM and ran with it and started saying it's Black Lives Matter. If you look at, all you got to do is go to their page, Google Black Lives Matter, then Google their mission. Their mission is to uplift, build more transsexual and bi leaders in the Black community.
Yeah.
Transsexual and bi inside the Black community. That's their whole mission. So now when brothers come out there and they running out there fighting and they getting arrested and they going to jail and they're like, yo, why we getting arrested going to jail? Because you're not a part of the plan. They're trying to get rid of you. You're a part of the plan to get rid of you. They're trying to get rid of the Black man. That's why they put you on the front line to go to jail and riot, and they're not giving you a dime because you're not a part of the plan. And all you got to do is read their mission, and their mission to tell you is to uplift and build bi and transsexual Black people.
So I just want to put this.
I mean, of course, if you purchase that,
Google their page then go to what is their mission.
Right.
Hold on, go ahead.
So I just want to put it out there. We're not against no one's agenda. We want to say that because you know how they would shut stuff down. So we are not against anyone's agenda. We're just basically speaking on facts of what Black Lives Matter is, and is actually researched and proven through the website.
So I just want to say I know what the God is talking about. So I just wanted to show their website real quick. So it says right here about. So this is the about section. This is the Black Lives Matter website. And it says this is the about section. If you click about and then you go to about Black Lives Matter, right? This is this portion. It says Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Black Lives Matter, the Global Network Foundation Incorporated, is a global organization in the U.S., UK, and Canada whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes. So what I think the God is talking about, though, right here is this part where it says, we affirm the lives of Black, queer, and trans folk and disabled folks, undocumented folks.
Yo, look, they rewrote their mission. They rewrote the mission because before it didn't have, when you first seen it.
Hold on, God, don't let me finish reading it. All right. It says records, women, and all Black lives under the gender spectrum. Our network centers those who have been marginalized within the Black liberation movements. So I think they did change the wording a little bit, but originally I remember they were saying that they want to make sure that trans folks are at the forefront of the movement, in the middle of the movement, and they are in leadership roles within the movement. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that earlier this summer, but they changed the wording a little bit.
Yeah,
But
so they put
still,
Trayvon
if
Martin
you
there
look at
too. He
that,
wasn't on it at first.
if you look at that, if you still look at it though, nowhere in here does it say that they're actually for, you know, what they originally started for, which was these young black youth that was being
Right.
killed
And
by
stopping the gang
police
violence.
officers and other people, right? And you know, although we have Sandra Bland and we have Breonna Taylor now, it was a higher percentage of young black males that were being killed. And I think that if you read their statement here, it's not really inclusive of black men, especially masculine black men. So you know that's kind of questionable. But what we really brought this up for was to highlight the fact that there has been a lot of money donated to this movement, and certain people within the movement that have been affected, they feel like they have not been compensated in the way that they should have been. But we're going to move on to the next topic. And this will be the final topic, and we'll get into Knowledge's presentation. And this will be brief. So this right here is something that I have been following, and it's very important that everybody should be following this, because this is what Black Lives Matter was fighting for, and I haven't really seen any of them speak about this aspect of it. So listen. All right, so this is WPIX channel 11, and it says New York police reform. 47 jurisdictions failed to submit plans by deadline. So we're talking about Executive Order 203, right? That Cuomo passed last summer. So it says nearly 50 jurisdictions in New York did not submit police reform plans in the state by the April 1st deadline, Governor Andrew Cuomo said Wednesday. Under the Police Reform and Reinvention Collaborative, the Cuomo administration has authority to withhold up to 50% of state and federal funds from jurisdictions that failed to produce a plan. The governor said 450 out of 497 jurisdictions in New York State submitted police reform plans on time. That is phenomenal accomplishment, he added. The governor, speaking during a budget briefing, said the jurisdictions who did not file on time have been put on notice. State Attorney General Letitia James will install a monitor to oversee compliance for jurisdictions that did not submit their plans. A spokesperson from the governor's office said that on Wednesday evening, the list of compliant jurisdictions has dropped to 40. The Cuomo administration is reaching out to each jurisdiction to determine their status, and will decide on funding and whether they are referred to the Attorney General's office at a later date. So basically, what Executive Order 203 was, Governor Cuomo, he put out an executive order last summer saying that all of the police departments in New York State had to come up with comprehensive police reform by talking with the community, building with the community, and coming to a common solution on how they will move forward with police going forward as far as their agenda in the community. And it was supposed to be a collaborative effort, meaning that everybody in the community is supposed to know about this, especially if you're on the ground. However, I spoke to some legislators in Harlem, and they said that they have basically elected certain people, certain organizations that went in and had these talks, and they wasn't entirely inclusive with the community. But anyway, so they saying that 450, what was it, 450? They saying that like 80 or 90%, 450 out of the 497 jurisdictions submitted their reform plans, and 50 of them didn't. So, with that being said, if you are in a community and you want to know about what the police reform legislation is, then you need to Google it. You need to speak to your legislators and find out exactly what your police department did, so you could know what they are supposed to be held accountable for. And if they didn't do it, then you need to be rallying outside of that police station and finding out what funding is going to be cut from them for not engaging in this process.
Absolutely.
So what's your comment on that?
I think you're right.
Got to get to it. We got to get to it. We got to get to it. Bottom line, that's plain and simple. It ain't drawn out. It ain't. You know, we got to get what you just said. You want to find out what's going on. Communicate with them, and we just go from there.
Absolutely.
And you spread the word if that's what you're about. Right. You know.
Right.
It's simple.
They was
So,
inviting my community program a lot, but you know, during the COVID, there was a lot of postponements. They kept on postponing. So that probably was like a lot of the delay too.
I'm
But like
sorry, I
you
have to
said, they reach out
disagree.
to certain programs. It's not like a community thing. You
Right.
know, they invite certain programs on Zoom, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be like the whole community ain't in the middle of it.
Absolutely. I was about to say that because a lot of the meetings now are on Zoom, and we have, besides this one that we're talking about, I've been on a few Zooms as well as my husband, and people have actually came on and said disrespectful things on the Zoom, which is weird, but you know, certain things is going on, and they know, but we don't know because they're not allowing us to be at the forefront of these
That's right.
topic or discussions. However, speaking of certain things being passed and not being passed, marijuana. So as we know, that just got passed, which is great for whomever that does it. But like I reached out to a couple of the youth, and where I work at the shelter, I let some of my youth clients know, just because they passed it, please inform your fellow peers that if it says no smoking at a certain area, do not smoke there, because just because it's been passed, it's certain places that you're not allowed to smoke at.
That's a
So
fact.
we
You know, they
just
always gonna put something in place to really keep the system going on. Cause you know, like when Del Alexander came out with that book, The New Jim Crow, what the main thesis of the book is that no, even though things have changed and we're not in slavery anymore and we're not in Jim Crow anymore, they keep the system going by putting new things in place so that the same thing can go on.
mm-hmm,
And that's what the new Jim Crow was about, because instead of having the Jim Crow of old with all of the restrictions that black people have, now they have the drug war, which has basically relegated black people and other people of color into a status where they can't get guns, they can't
mm-hmm.
get certain jobs, they can't live certain places, and they just basically being ostracized anyway.
Right. So that's still the same as being
Jim Crow,
a
it's
slave.
Jim Crow on steroids.
Right.
Jim Crow on steroids. That's all it is.
So we got a comment from
You
Joseph
know,
P. Langdon. Shout out to him. He
that's how
said,
it
"Can I
is.
say this? Every day I hear the same rhetoric every day. I mean no disrespect, but the problem is not as complicated as people are making it. Financial illiteracy is the solution." I don't
That's
know
right.
what we talking about. Where we talking about that?
Probably was talking about where people was going with the budgets and stuff like that.
Oh,
But that's
okay,
one thing
okay, with
that
the
they don't
budget.
teach in school. And one of the young brothers from Brooklyn, he got classes with his kids, and that's
Mm-hmm.
financial
Okay,
literacy, man. And tell that brother that's a big shout out that he said that. And
yeah, salute.
that's not taught in our school to our kids, man. But that's a topic that need to be taught to all kids.
Right. So um I know we're about to get on the next topic, but for that, my brothers, my kings, if we're not going to wait for the education, what is it, DOS or DOE to
Right.
teach anymore to our children or our people, we're going to take it upon ourselves to do it ourselves. So if that brother Joseph would like to come on, please feel free to do that and teach our people. Us, Miss Vanessa, she also is one who I did something on my platform with generational wealth. So it's happening all weekend. Besides watching DMX, we was listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad. I also was trying to come up with a susu for black companies. Nobody did not want to participate. It's not a susu where it's your money, my money, we just spending on Christmas stuff. No, we're taking that money and developing businesses. You know, a lot of these other stores, other people, other race of people come here and they opening up a hair product store, a Chinese or a corner store, or supermarket. We're the only ones who can't even do that. Some because we don't have the coins. But if we put our coins together and become stockholders, guess what happens?
Mhm.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, to the
So
slum.
that's what my susu was about. So with that, I do want to finish. We talk about it another time. However, we do have the brothers on for a great reason to
Right.
educate us.
So Vanessa made a good point. She said Rockefeller removed finance out of the schools. He said he's not teaching thinkers, he's
You
teaching
teaching
workers.
workers.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot because we a lot of us are setting ourselves up to be workers instead of being entrepreneurs and being bosses. So anyway, right now we're gonna get into my brother Knowledge Born into his presentation about the tickets. Where did he go? Oh my gosh, he just disappeared.
No,
Okay,
he come back.
Yo,
okay, we got you now. So what's the first thing that you want me to show? What you want me to show?
I would like to show a copy of my ticket, the ticket that I showed it to you, like the last part.
Okay,
Last
show that. I'm gonna show
information I
that
sent
right
to you.
now. Okay, boom.
I'm here.
All right. Here we go. Boom. Okay, let me see if I can expand this.
No, not that right there. That's the decision.
That's
The actual ticket. The actual ticket.
Okay, I think this is it here. Boom.
Yeah, that's it right there.
All right. So boom. Let me see.
This is great information because a lot of people get tickets and don't even know what to do. They so quick to just pay for it just to get it out the way. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on
Okay.
and talking about this.
Okay, here we
You're
go.
welcome, sis.
Oops.
All right. Now, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. You can see it, right?
Okay. Yeah. So now you have a portion on a ticket, like you got certain sections that they must fill out, that they have to fill out, right? And on this particular ticket, can you blow it up a little bit, God?
Yeah.
When you say
Can you
they,
enlarge it a little bit?
who you mean they? I know who you mean, but I just
Well,
want
I
people to
mean,
know.
all right. When the parking agents write tickets,
Right.
it's certain things that they, meaning the parking agents, have to do or must do on the tickets for the ticket to be valid.
Okay.
For example, one of the main things that they go against, all right, that they don't like to do a lot of times when you have, because I have out of state plates. A lot of people may have plates from Jersey, Pennsylvania, whatever the case may be. But you have a portion on the ticket that says expiration date. That's dealing with, there's registry that when your car is registered, you have a expiration date. And you see what it says NS on it, on the ticket? Can you point that out, God? Can you enlarge it a little bit more? All right. Where it says expiration date at? It says N/S. On my license plate, on my license plate, it has an expiration date on it. They supposed to look on the license plate or on your registration sticker and put the expiration date on your sticker, on your ticket, actually. I mean your ticket. If they do not put that, all right, that's a violation of due process. A violation of due process, regardless if you're right or wrong, get thrown out of the court with a reasonable judge. You understand what I'm saying? So, and vehicle and traffic law, which I also added. Can you go to that portion, God? When I put the vehicle and traffic law, section 238.
I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, I don't see it yet neither. I mean, I'm quite sure he's coming up with it.
Wow.
You still there, Albie?
There you go. Yes.
Okay. Now, this is section 238 of the vehicle and traffic law. You know, they have certain, laws, like I said, corporate law, business law, you have certain sections. You have certain codes. Now you have a section 2. I don't know if you can scroll down to section 2. All right. You have it, God, section 2?
Yeah. Is there?
Because I can't see because it's the lettering is so small.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I could explain it. I could explain it
You want me to read
until you
it?
get it up.
Do you want me to read it?
In section 2 of the Vehicle and Traffic Law 238, subdivision 2 of the Vehicle and Traffic Law 238, section 238.
Mm-hmm.
The language clearly states that when they're writing these tickets, when the traffic agents or police officer or whoever's writing these tickets, they must put the expiration date of your registration. It's clearly stated that they must do this. There's no other way around it. If they don't do that, if they say, for example, that your registration expiration date is defaced, not there, misplaced, or concealed, they have a comment on the ticket that says that they must put a reason why they didn't put the expiration date. If they don't do it, the law clearly states, if they don't do it, the ticket shall be dismissed because it's a violation of your due process. All right, I had a ticket not too long ago, and it was a black lady. That's when the sister said that every people is not your people. I had a ticket where I had a rental car. The expiration date was not on the ticket. This lady still found, so I'm gonna go to appeal. She still found me guilty, going just according to what their particular law says, the violation of due process. But I'm gonna get that back on appeal, but that's another story. But they must put the expiration date, and if not, they have to have a reason why they didn't put it. They have to say it was concealed, it wasn't there, it was whatever they say, it was defaced, it was missing, whatever they have to put it there. If they don't put it there, the ticket, like I said, have to be dismissed. Wow, now I have, yes, a lot of things. And they also didn't have the year because the restoration had the year of the vehicle. They didn't put the year. This was the lady told me that, this is the ticket that I'm appealing for now. She told me that that's not necessary to put the year of the vehicle. I said, so ma'am, why is that space there on the ticket? Why is the space there that says year? She tells me she don't know. I said, but hold up, you mean to tell me you don't know why that place is right to have a year there? She said that she don't know. I said, yo, this argument. She said that she was doing it for 6 years and that Jersey doesn't put the restoration date and Pennsylvania does the same thing. So what the traffic agent should have done in that circumstance was put that because Jersey and Pennsylvania doesn't have the registration listed on the license plate or on the window, she's supposed to have put that there in the comment section of the ticket. And they must throw it out based on that. Also, on my disposition, Abby, can you pull up the disposition?
Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
Right. Yes, there's certain things that they have to do. Like the language tell you, when it's used the word shall or must, it's mandatory. That's mandatory languages. When they use words like may, that's always an option. It's a flippy floppy type of situation. So that's why it's very important to get a hold of the English language, to understand the English language in its entirety for us to, to navigate our way through this system. So with the disposition itself, the bottom, like I have 2 tickets that day, which one I used my video surveillance and got that dismissed. But the bottom, the second guilty thing, the self non-guilty, on the bottom of it, it had the reason of why the ticket was thrown out, why the ticket was dismissed. It wasn't dismissed on the merits. I was guilty as a mug. I was guilty because I parked in a fire hydrant zone. I was guilty. I'll give it up. But they were wrong for not putting, you see where it says due process defect.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This is based on due process. And the reason why my ticket was dismissed on that ground alone. But a lot of times, people do not take the time out to go over their ticket, to look at the fine point. Because, for me being in the places I've been, I had bad time to sit back and analyze every little thing. Like my name is not, I do the knowledge to every little thing. You're supposed to do the knowledge to everything that you come in contact with if it's going to affect you. And even if it don't affect you, you should have knowledge on it. And my particular ticket says, my particular disposition clearly says that due process defect. And on the grounds of that, my ticket was dismissed. And a lot of times we have out-of-state plates, we have these different type of plates. And we got to challenge all these things because we didn't got time to be paying those 60. You may have parked your car there for like a minute. Like the guy was telling me yesterday that he went in, parked this car, double parked, and went in for a little while to take care of something. He came back out, the lady was writing a ticket. So a lot of times certain things could happen. But we don't have time, we don't have money, resources like that to be paying tickets, $60, $115 tickets, when they're technically erroneous tickets. You understand what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is go walk into any finance building that deal with tickets at any time that is open. You don't have to have an appointment. You don't got to make a schedule. Go Monday to Friday, when they open the hours, go into these places and dispute your tickets in front of them and bring proof. And soon, every ticket that I had with that particular expiration date is missing. You don't even have to go further. You say, please not guilty based on the fact that this is a violation of Section 238, Subdivision 2, and it says that you must have just and such in place. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to do certain things like that. And also, if they don't put it, for example, and I'm not promoting this for everybody to do. If a traffic agent is in the process of writing the ticket and he haven't put the ticket on your car yet, you could legally pull off, you could legally leave before you put the ticket on your car. They cannot, the ticket is no longer become valid if they try to mail it to your house. Because I have case law, I should have gave you the case law. But on their case law, within vehicle and traffic law, it's in that same section, but it's a little different subsections, that they got to affix, either give you the ticket personally or affix the ticket to your car. They cannot mail it to your house. That's their law. You understand what I'm saying? So if the guard would have pulled up before the ticket was on his car, and they try to mail it to his to the resident, because based on his license plate information, that will become an invalid ticket because there's certain criteria that they must go by. And I'm not engaging anybody to, just pull off radically, but calmly pull off your vehicle because they didn't put it in your car and drive off. Okay, officer, and pull off. If they don't put it on your car, they don't give it to you.
She said, if you pull off,
no good.
Pull off, you will get this ticket in the mail. I said, man. And I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
The lady out.
All right. Let her do that. Let her do that because they cannot, their laws say they cannot do that. Their own laws say they cannot send it through the mail. They have to put it on the car. It's in the same section. Affix it to the car or give it to the individual personally. You dig what I'm saying? And these are laws that they have to go by. Well, you know what I'm saying? So,
to us. Go ahead.
So I just want to say,
right.
remember when we was talking about how the system will work only for the time, and then okay, so example, if a lot of people start doing that and we're not promoting that at all, I bet you they're gonna go back and fix that so that way if somebody try it, they going to jail, whatever the case might be. So once again, we're not promoting that, but what the king is saying, this is written in their code.
Law. That's their law.
That's their law. So if it happened or something click in your head and you do that, you cannot get in trouble. However, right. And then you can show them it's in your law, code 2, whatever it is. This is what is being said. However, like I said, you best believe they're gonna change that up if too many people start doing that.
That's right.
But thing is, let them do that. Let them bring legislation into it because it's a whole process for them to do that. Let them do that. But in the time being, you have the right. You have freedom of movement. See, that's the thing. You have the right to leave, to not be in a zone that you don't want to be in. You may have somewhere to be at a certain time. You don't have time for the lady to put the ticket in your car. I had to be somewhere else. I am out of here. Do what you have to do. I'm gone. I'm off this. Right. And you have that right. Yes, I'm saying, you let them come up with another law. Let them do that. Let them have that. That's down the line. But for that time being, you are good. You know what I'm saying? You are good.
You froze up.
I'm still frozen.
Nah, you good now.
Still frozen?
No,
basically, what I'm hearing from your presentation, you hear me, God? Basically, what I'm hearing from your verification is you got to make sure that you check the ticket to make sure all of the information is in the right place. If the information is not right and exact, you can challenge the ticket and get the ticket thrown out. That's the meat of your
Yes,
presentation.
and not even going to the fact of soon they see there's a violation, like every ticket I have, soon the officer see that, he dismissed. I ain't got to go into why I was parked there. None of that. You ain't got to say none of that. It's a defect on their own law, and they got to get thrown out. Mm-hmm. And we got to read these certain laws. We got to be aware of vehicle. It's only vehicle and traffic law. Everybody at their phone, they pay $60, $70 a month, $100 a month for these phones. Use your phone. Use that Google and get all the information that you need. They putting everything right there, but we don't use it. You understand what I'm saying? It's right there, and that's how I got the information. When I was like, damn, I got to pay this $115 ticket, and I had to find a way to see if they was right with every little thing on the ticket. If I see spaces that's missing, some supposed to be there, why is that there? So I'm going to challenge it, and that's what made me do that. So, and I'm like, oh, snap. And now I'm beating my tickets because of that. That's because I have out-of-state plates. Now, in any circumstance, like, for example, if they don't have the year, you could challenge that or bring it into fruition if they say that the year is not supposed to be on the ticket. Why is that space there? Why you have a space where it says the year of the vehicle? Why is that there? And for her to say that she don't know to be a vehicle and traffic judge, for her to know would boggle my mind because it was a sister with dreadlocks, meaning that she's supposed to have a certain amount of type of energy. Like, my whole level is different. When you got dreadlocks, you're supposed to be a little bit more conscious. You understand with a person with different type, you know what I mean? That's just my take on it. You're supposed to be a little bit more conscious. And it seems like she went all out her way.
All skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Exactly. That's what the sister just said. And I had to go back down to my car to get video, and she still found me guilty. But I'm gonna get it back on appeal. And after I get it back on appeal, I'm gonna send her a letter thanking her for making me go through the extra mile to show her that she's not doing her job as a judge, not as a black woman, but as a judge for 6 years that she's so claiming threw in my face, that I'm gonna write her a letter thanking her for making me more aware, making me more diligent, so that I can make her more diligent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my whole process of that. And when I get this thing on appeal, I'm gonna come back on the show and let everybody know the decision. Because I'm definitely gonna get back on appeal because her decision was it wasn't good enough. My explanation, my cause wasn't good enough. My reason wasn't good enough. So therefore, the guilty decisions is sustained. So these are things that you got to go through.
Everybody might not be inclined to know exactly what an appeal is. Could you just explain briefly what that is as far as an appeal?
An appeal is a challenge on a judgment that was against you. You have a certain amount of time. Like they give you got 90 days, 60 days, 30, and that's what you got to be mindful of too, of being in that time frame. So any decision that they make against you, that you feel that they was wrong and that you have a better argument against it, but you have to bring it up in the hearing so that you can be able to bring these same issues up in your appeal, because you don't bring it up because in the hearing, they ask you if that's your argument, that's anything you have to say. Say everything that you need to say, even if you're right or wrong, say everything you need to say, so that when you appeal it, and your argument and your appeal, you bring all these issues up of why you feel that your ticket should be dismissed. So you have to bring it up so that the judges, the higher courts, could look at the reasoning and the arguments and the tapes that you have and say that, well, he brought this argument up and the judge failed to adhere to his argument, which was the right argument. And the judge was in violation of that person's right. You understand what I'm saying? Like he just overlooked it was a miscarriage of justice, basically. So that appeal is the process that you must have to go against a judgment that was against you or not favorable for you. You know. Wow. So this is case law, man. This is case law that I got case law. So everybody should be aware of every little thing. Don't just go and down there and pay it so quick. You don't have money like this. It's stuff going on, man. We got other stuff we be doing, man. You know what I mean? With our money, besides paying these faulty tickets. And I'm not advocating parking in a place and because a agent may get the restoration off your license plate. They may become aware, like the sister was saying, by me doing that constantly, beating the ticket, they may say, well, now the officer's got to be aware of restoration date on the license plate. So, you know, I'm not advocating that, But just when you have a ticket, just to be aware of what's going on with your ticket, and if just don't go for anything and appeal if you feel that you're right. So
You,
that's just what
you,
it is for me.
you know what, Knowledge? Thank you so much for speaking on that, because this information is not just for a ticket. This information is for anything that have laws, right? So I remember,
Yes,
I'm bringing this up. I remember I had
of
a
course. I know
straight
you do.
argument. I have a story. So I remember I had a situation with a young lady at my old job, and I wasn't in the field that I'm in now with domestic
Yeah.
violence, but this young lady kept coming at me, kept coming at me, and she wanted me to get fired. So, on the grace of goodness, the people stopped me, and when I went to the handbook of the job, I read the section da 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 da, and I put that into my complaint.
Argument.
I wound up at the job 6 more years. I was there for 12 years. So with that being said, at
Yes.
that particular day, when she was really amping me up, and the face that everybody told me I gave, I was ready to charge. But
Mm.
I would have got fired. I should have got fired. But by me going into the employee handbook, it saved me, because certain sections would talk about do not entice nobody, do not do this, do not do that. And bam. So what you're bringing to the table is for just knowledge itself, knowledge of understanding what to read, how to go by reading it, how to implement it. These people gonna get tired of us. They're gonna be like, they read too much. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
we need
exactly.
to.
Yeah,
We need to understand what they're doing, and we're so fearful. We so scared of
exactly. That's the
NY,
word. Yep.
NYPD or anybody who got on a suit, that we just give up whatever the situation is. But now, thank you, brother, for coming on and saying that piece, because now we just want people to
You're welcome,
really
sister.
take your time and read something about a situation that you're in. And that's it. But
Exactly. Exactly.
Peace.
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 And that's all. And just to say one other thing on closing, Elijah Muhammad. People may not agree with everything Elijah Muhammad, Nation of Islam, whatever this case, but he said one pertinent thing: do
Mm-hmm.
for self or suffer the consequences. Bottom line, you can't depend on nobody else to do anything for us. Nobody else. Make sure that you're good first.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West went and bought mad acres of land so that he could produce, start making his own stuff, doing his own thing, farming his own animals. He know what's going on in his body. He know the type of clothes that he makes. He know the type of stuff that he's doing. So even though people may not go, not with Kanye West, but that man is he's worth $3 billion right now. That man's a $3 billion man. And he has so much
Wow.
land, and he's trying to encourage people to buy land and
That's
do
right.
stuff and do for self. So you got to depend on no one else.
That's
That's what we're
right.
supposed to be. And that's what that's what we're supposed to do as a people.
That's
And
right.
I'm close
Thank you.
that on that note. That's peace.
All right.
Peace.
So
Peace.
before we
No,
get
D.
into my brother K Born, we just gonna have a word. We just gonna have a word from one of our sponsors, real quick. Hold on for 1 second.
Sponsors and all that.
Hey, we got things going on, man. We got
Okay.
things going on.
Okay. Talk that talk.
We got things going on around here. Check it out.
Talk that talk.
Uh-oh.
Can we hear
Okay.
it?
I am here to tell you that if you do not know about this here, you really need to get up on it. You know, a book is something else when you got to have lips and eyes to match the book. Okay. Not only was the book appealing to me because purple is the color of royalty. And
Exactly.
sometimes in life, when we're going through the things that we've been going through with COVID and, being shut in and, so many people depressed, so many people have lost their lives, you need something positive to affirm you, to affirm others, and to lift each other up. And this, my good people, is just a thing that you need. I Am Phenomenal, a collection of affirmation quotes. is an awesome book. Not only does it have quotes from people that we may know, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, but the authors themselves, Shanice and Quinasha Gatewood, the Gatewood sisters, have put their own quotes in there. It's reflective, it's self-reflective. There's work pages where you can write down things to help you just kind of clear your thoughts, help you to get yourself to the next level. I'm telling you, the only thing that I was disappointed by is when I got to the last page. It's like, oh man, there's no more to read. I need some more of this. So I'm just here to let you know that you need to go onto Amazon and you really need to look this book up. I Am Phenomenal. This book is good for not only females, because sometimes you see the pastel colors and you think females, but everybody can use positive information. Everybody can use positive inspiration. Anybody can use that. Boy, woman, girl, child, mother, daughter, son, nephew, everybody. So I would strongly advise that, especially during this time when we're going through so many things, losing family members, depression, suicidal things, all types of things have happened since 2020, and now we're into 2021. My advice to you is to make sure that you check out I Am Phenomenal, a collection of affirmation quotes.
Peace. Yeah. Yeah, we salute the queen on her endeavors. Yes. We salute the queen on her endeavors. Definitely wrote a powerful book. It's out there. It's on Amazon. Go out there and cop that. I Am Phenomenal. You know, I think that this book is going to be a movement. It's going to help a lot of people. And as the queen said when we started the podcast, I definitely have donated a book. I have sponsored a book for somebody this month, and I'm eager for them to find out that they're going to get the book free of charge in the next raffle that the queen has.
Yes, and we are definitely gonna work on part 2. So thank you so much.
Right. So now we're gonna get into.
That was nice. So that book is on Amazon.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So next we're gonna get.
Okay. All right. So we put that in our collection.
My brother. Oh, stop this. Share this. My brother K Born and his new single. Oh wow.
Hey.
That's the wrong one.
We're gonna play a clip of your music, of your song, your hot release, because we don't want nobody shutting us down, you know.
But can you do it without saying though I don't own the copyrights? Can y'all do it like that?
We can.
Like
We
I don't own the
definitely will.
copyrights. Could they do that with a lot of other Facebook stuff?
Okay.
So you don't own it, I own it. So my boy on the record.
This song is dope. Like the whole beat and everything. We was in here like bobbing our heads. Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
So you took my masterclass and learned to make egg toast. Really good.
Who's that?
Delicious. That's cool. But can you learn to make egg?
Here we go. Boom.
We do want to say we do not own the rights to this song.
We do not own the rights to this song. Speak Your Mind podcast does not own the rights to this song. We just playing this strictly for promotional.
Why we don't see it?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Never let another take it from you. Keep moving on without you. You can say whatever they want. Never let the words break you. People gon' never hate you because they choose to.
I'm a soul in a sincere heart. Memories of a childhood tear grown men apart. Although a warrior to the end of my time, I'll be a victim of these blue-eyed sharks on my own climb. Projects when it get dark, so many let that thing spark. Kids dying in parks. I know, cause one of them was my best friend. 5 years later, I lost my brother. We do that leave me. young, traumatized, and ready to squeeze on anything that breathes. Shit real now, but I gotta be more humble for my seed.
Ease up, ease up, ease up, selector. Hold up. We can't
Man.
play all of that. This is
Mhm.
a family show. But look, you hear that right here. You hear that. You hear that. It's my brother K-Ball, man. Come on, talk about it. Speak your mind about this single,
Peace,
brother.
peace. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's what's up.
That's our first release under the,
Peace.
we got a record label now called What's the Word.
Mhm.
So, that's the name of the record label. We're getting distribution by Wrong
Uh-huh.
Kind East and by
Mhm.
Empire. So we got major distribution. That single right there is called All Right. My daughter
Mhm.
Alexa is singing. Master
Okay.
Chef in the Kitchen. My boy Jazzo that was down with EPMD and them, he on there. And
Mm.
X Tomato, my boy Tomato Sauce from the Bronx. So we got so the Bronx meets Philly. And
Dope.
it's a nice record, and the guy that made the beat is a guy named Collins. He
Bronx
down with
meets
us too.
Philly.
He from South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah,
That's dope.
I like it how crisp the sound is.
Right.
Sound joint is good because a lot of times
That was
people
tight,
say
yo. That was nice.
I got a new single or whatever. You put that joint on, it sound like nah. That joint right there was
It's
crisp.
crispy.
You tell
Mhm.
somebody
Sound like,
put time in
yeah,
with
that's a fact.
Yeah, thank you, man. And like I said, the name of it you said is All Right. The artist is by Alexa V featuring Tomato Sauce, Jazz Fresh, and Master Chef in the Kitchen, man. We just trying to do the right thing, push positive
Okay.
music out. I've been making music since 1986 when I made Rap's New Generation. But right now we just trying to stay focused, put good records
Okay.
out.
hold on. You ain't just gonna go past that like
Right.
you ain't gonna go
What?
Whoa.
past
Let's
that
go
like that.
back. Let's go
Let's talk
back.
about this. Hold on. Let's talk about this
Uh,
86 Raps New Generation and all of that because that sounds
Yeah,
like hip hop
I mean,
history. Let's get
yes,
into
man.
that a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
Rap's New Generation. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Yeah, that's me, man.
What?
Sorry, old timers. It's time to make way for the Lord K-Bone and my man L.A. Yeah,
Uh,
man. Made that in 86. And, with Rooftop Records, Teddy Riley produced it. And, that been like, what, 30-something years.
okay.
And, it's still played on the
Wow.
radio. I still do shows for it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Thank the law, I still get some royalties for it. So,
That's what's up.
so that's
you
like,
from
so I'm just trying to
you
move
from
that
the
movement.
place where the birth of hip hop started,
Right. The
man. So
BX.
can you talk about like what made you get into hip hop? How did this hip hop thing start for you? I know how it started for me, but how did it
Well,
start for you?
I'm 52 years old, man. So, I've been around since the beginning of the scratch. Well, I used to live on 170th Street in Morris Avenue, the Bronx. And Taft High School is right across the street.
Mhm.
So, I used to go out there when they had a Trans Europe Express, like in the 70s, 72, 73, things like that. And we all used to battle, breakdance and flips and we used to do
Mhm.
a whole
Wow.
bunch of flips and really a lot of up rocking and things like that. And then from there, they had a crew down the block on 171st called the Dillinger Crew. And one of my boys, Sweepy, brought me down there to their house one day. This guy named Vernon was DJing, and he got us to carry the records down the block for him. So,
Mhm.
I carried the records. Then once I carried the records, that was it, man. Because I carried the records, they let us behind the ropes. And
Right.
to get behind the rope back in the days, that was something big. For me to be a little kid behind the ropes, it was over. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was in Bentleys or something. Everybody was talking. Yo, man, I seen you behind the ropes, man. A little guy get behind the ropes. So I'm like, oh, that's how I get behind the ropes. So I started helping out carrying records and hooking up the equipment. Then at one point, now I think about it older, like, man, I must have been a fool. I was the little dude that the big guys used to hold and spin around to my back up, for the entertainment. Back up. Now I'm older, like, yeah, why was I letting these dudes spin me around? And look, I was the guy to clear the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But
I like to clear the crowd.
yeah, and just elevate from there, being in the mix, and then I started doing electric boogie and breaking, and next
Nice.
thing you know, all the elements, man. I was writing graffiti, then next thing you know, I was rapping.
Wow. Did you have the spray can?
Yeah. But look, we had the spray cans, but more. We used to go. We always got busted. Because you know, back in the days, you know, it was hard to get money. It wasn't like nowadays. So we had
Right.
to go to school first, and you had to steal the eraser.
Oh.
Now you gotta get the eraser. You gotta go to your house, take one of your mom's or pops the ornaments that you know they're gonna know that's missing, so you're gonna get in trouble for that. Then we had to go
Oh.
get the ink from the print shop in school. So now you get in
Oh.
trouble when you get caught with the ink. And now you know we put all that and stick the sponge inside
It did.
the
Wow.
speed stick thing.
Yes.
And push the ink in there with tape. So by the time you get home, all your arm and all that is all inked up. It's impossible to say you wasn't writing graffiti. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Police
Oh,
come
what's
on your
that?
hand all blue. You like, I wasn't writing no graffiti.
Let me see your hands,
So it's
Sonny.
crazy that nowadays, you know, you got trap rap, you got drill, you got
Oh.
different forms of hip hop. But back in the days, there was 5 different elements of hip hop. I don't think people
Yeah.
know what's the 5 elements of hip hop. Let's get to that.
Well, you already know you got the rapping,
Right,
you got the break
dancing.
dancing, you got the
Right.
electric boogieing, you got the DJ.
right,
You know what I'm saying? You got the whole movement, man. You got the graffiti artists. You
right.
can't forget graffiti. You got graffiti. And I always added another one. You gotta have the 52.
Right.
You ain't
Right.
The
part
martial
of
laws
no hip hop,
fighting.
man. You don't know the 52, how you gonna be a part of hip hop?
I heard somebody else added knowledge of self was a requirement in hip hop in the beginning. That's somebody
Yeah.
else added on. Because if you look, you know, a lot of times people be breakdancing and then they break off into their square and all of that.
In the
You
Trooper
know
Square,
what I'm saying?
everybody used to get the Trooper Square. The B-boy stance was the Trooper Square.
That's a
Standing in my
fact.
B-boy stance.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
That was the Trooper Square. You know, but you know, taking what you said, you know, I like all music is good, you know, when you say
that's
doing the
fire.
right thing and things like that. Yeah,
Look
that's
at that.
fire.
See that right there? That's one of my B-boy brother, Cash. He actually created that jacket for her from
What's that?
Yeah, that's
scratch
me.
by hand.
What was
We gonna
that?
have to come on. He doing art. He right here in Harlem. So
Yeah, we most definitely got to shout him out.
yeah, that's my
Right.
brother
I'm most
Cash.
definitely.
You know, we definitely gonna have him come on so we can talk about his art. He created that jacket for my queen over the
That's
winter
fire.
time. I went and bought the jacket, slid it to him, got him to do the whole joint up, and I surprised her with it. She didn't even know that joint came out fire. You
Yeah,
heard?
that's fire.
Word.
Hey, yo, God, let me add on to one thing. And like you said, you don't see a lot of that now, right? In the music, the hip hop, you don't see a lot of that in the music, because right now we're in the element where it's a difference between hip hop and rap music.
Okay.
So a lot of that things fall under the rap music. You know what I'm saying? That's rap music. When you just see somebody just coming out there and they just kicking the Willy Bobo, whatever they're talking about. It may be negative, it may be positive, it may be whatever they're talking about. But that's just rap music. You know what I'm saying? When you start getting into hip hop, you got the
It's
MC,
art.
you got to have a DJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see the brothers coming out, they got dancers, they got all that. That's a hip hop group. You know what I'm saying? And usually when you see a hip hop group, and you got all that, you got dancers and you got a DJ and all that. They don't usually be about no drama and all that because you got too many people up there for that, you know?
Right.
And so a lot of the negativity and a lot of the drama is like more on the rap side than the hip hop side.
So I would like to ask a question. For one, if somebody got a TV on, can you please mute the TV? The first thing is, K-Born, who in hip hop music, who are your five artists that I know in my head I'm thinking of some right now myself. I'm thinking about Big Daddy Kane when you was just talking about hip hop, right? Hip hop is an art. Rapper is just throwing that stuff out there. But hip hop is art, man. And I'm thinking about Big Daddy Kane, how he was like settled off. Oh my God. See, when I get off the phone, I'm gonna have to put some hip hop on.
It up. That's
Yeah.
I'm before that era, Queen.
So talk about it.
If I gotta go with my 5 best, I gotta go with number 1 is Spoonie G.
Okay.
Okay.
Spoonie G was the baddest brother that ever did. It was Spoonie G. Then I would have to go with Cold Crush Brothers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The whole Cold Crush Brothers.
Okay.
Then after that, I would have to go with now I'm going with Skills DJs and I'm gonna mix them up. Then I would have to go with Cutmaster DC.
I
cut
don't
on
know about
not
that
one
one.
turntable,
Yeah, I never heard of him.
but three. He was cutting
Okay.
on 3 turntables. When brothers
Wow.
still they still call the brothers pause master this. And this brother was cutting on 3 turntables.
What?
Another one I give to Jazzy Jeff from Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh
Mm.
Prince. He created the transformer and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, we seen him over the weekend. He was on
Right.
Drink. Matter of fact, they called him on Drink Champs.
Yep.
Skills had called him or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah?
boy is nasty. And then after that come Rakim.
All right.
Ah,
Yeah.
I was
Rakim. You
waiting.
already know.
I was waiting. We saw him maybe like 2 years ago. He was at
Well, let me ask you a
the
question,
library.
y'all.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Who?
Well, he
Who said
breaking
it?
up.
Somebody said.
For me, I
breaking
can
up.
go.
Yeah, go ahead. He having trouble with his. He having trouble with his
Yeah,
situation.
I can go now. I can say
Yeah,
something.
go
now?
ahead.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
For me,
You paused
Yeah,
it, God.
Yeah, you
all
yeah,
right.
you having bad. You
Start
having
K
bad
Ball.
issues.
Between the
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have to bring. We
okay.
have to bring
All right,
it
let me
back.
just write it down then.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you having issues with your situation. So Shanice, let me ask you this though. Who's your top 5? Since you asked the God, you asked the God, who's your top 5? Let's hear this. I want to hear this.
Ooh, I'm definitely gonna say Rakim. His lyrics is crazy. Like he's speaking some stuff, boy. Listen. Then I definitely got to put my boy DMX in there. I mean, come on, he's another lyricist. When it come down to a group, a group, I definitely want to say Big Daddy Kane. I'm thinking about somebody old school. Oh, can I say Slick Rick? Like Slick
This is
Rick
your
was
top 5.
Slick Rick was good. Slick Rick was good.
Slick is fire.
I guess I want to say also because of we talking about hip hop and art. So let's go with Dougie Fresh with the art piece.
Okay, Dougie Fresh. That's peace. That's real Harlem of you to say.
Of course.
That's peace. So he said, Knowledge said, being that he's breaking up, he said, what rappers between 2000 and 2021 that you're feeling? But before you do that, I got to give my top 5.
Yeah, give your 5.
About that
Give
2000, 2021, because I know you're going to have to think about it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to give my top 5, right? And this is mine. So first and foremost, I'm going to say one of the people that I really started to listen to, because I was young. I was born in 77. So one of the first people that I really started to listen to was Dana Dane.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't remember Dana Dane, but Dana Dane was official. Secondly, the second person that I really started to listen to heavy was Big Daddy Kane. Right? Big Daddy Kane. So Run DMC and Salt and Pepper and the whole golden era hip hop. I'm talking about people that I really latched on to. First was Dana Dane, then Big Daddy Kane, then the third group that I really attached to was NWA.
Woo, that's right. Yeah.
NWA really influenced me. You understand what I'm saying? So now after that era, who really influenced me was Nas. Nas, I really gotta say that Nas influenced me to the fact that I listened to all his albums, and it was heavy in my mentality with the stuff that Nas was saying. And last but not least, I want to say, let me see, I want to say KRS-One.
True. He was
I want to
another
say
one.
KRS-One because KRS-One, with his style of saying that he's a teacher.
Yes.
That's something that I always carry with me because I always wanted to be informative in the things that I did.
Right.
And I think it's because of KRS-One and him constantly dropping knowledge in the lyrics. That was something that, the knowledge that was in the lyrics in the late 80s to early 90s, that's what drew me to the 5%. Brand Nubian and all of these different groups that was pushing out relevant knowledge and all of that. That's what drew me into the 5%. So now let's get into this 2000 to 2021.
Wait, Knowledge got to give his 5.
Oh yeah, what's your 5, Knowledge? Are you here?
Yeah, he's there. Maybe
Yeah,
he need
Yes,
to.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, put it.
You
Can
can
you
see
put
me?
in
You
the
can hear me?
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, put in the chat because we want to know what's your top five too.
You can see
Yeah,
me?
we
Can you
can
hear
see
me?
and hear you.
When we go out and
Mhm.
come back in?
yeah. Go
Yeah.
out and come back in.
So while he's doing that,
Yeah,
brother
let's
K
get.
Born,
My
K,
top
Yeah,
five,
brother K
like,
Born.
all right,
hmm
I'm going to go out and come back in.
Okay, brother
You
K
want me to
Born, what
answer?
made you get into music?
Uh, like I said, I've been in music since the '80s. Like
hmm
me and my boy, like I got in all the dancing and all that. I was in Spark at the youth center. Matter of fact, I was
hmm
in Tryon, Mike Tyson and them. We was up in Tryon, and I
hmm
came out in '85.
hmm
And one of this guy from around the block, me and him wasn't really friends like that, but I knew him. And
hmm
my mom said that he used to always ask about me the whole time that while I was in there. So me and him became friends, and that's my boy LeBrew. And he was
Okay.
already rapping. He had his rhymes. I wasn't, I was into more of the boogie and the dancing. And
hmm
he used to battle me every day, man. So I started battling him every day, battling him every day, battling him every day. Like the dude would not leave me alone. Every day he was back. Yo, let's battle, let's battle. I'm like, man, I ain't got no rhymes. Let's battle, let's battle, let's battle, let's battle. So from there, I just started battling him every day and writing rhymes. You couldn't even come outside the next day because he's outside in front of your building with a notebook telling me, yo, let's battle, man. I gotta go to the store for balls, man. You know,
That's too
after
funny.
so me and him got together, and then we started doing talent shows like at the Disco Fever
Oh,
and things like
nice.
that. And we bumped
hmm
into DJ Star Child, rest in peace, and the
hmm
world famous Brucey B. Star
Mm.
Child introduced us to Brucey B, and Brucey B brought us down the rooftop, and we auditioned for Greg Marius from the Rucker, rest in peace,
hmm
Gusto, who owned the rooftop at the time, and Teddy Riley. And
Mm.
so they was like, man, these dudes is bad. You know what I'm saying? They
hmm
gave us like 2 days later, they gave us the beat, the Raps New Generation, see what we could do. And the next, they just gave us the beat. The next day we came up with Raps New Generation, and the rest was
mm,
history.
That's dope.
yeah. That's
Wow, that's dope.
so now.
So, yes, knowledge. Tell us that your top five.
Man, now we got to catch up to you
Yes.
next time, bro. Your
My
joint
top
breaking up.
five.
No, yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you now.
we can
Oh,
hear
you got him?
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
just
can hear
say
me?
it. Don't say you can't. Just
Yeah.
talk, God.
I hope
Let's
it's
see.
all good.
Yeah.
All right, I would say Biggie, Jadakiss,
Okay.
in no
Okay.
particular order. Biggie, Jadakiss, Jay-Z, um, KRS-One.
hmm
I would say Eminem. I'd throw Eminem in there.
What? No, Tupac?
I would have to throw
You put
Eminem in there. That guy's nice, bro.
Oh, I forgot about
That's mine. That's
Eminem?
I forgot
That's
yo.
about
Listen, I'm
his.
gonna be honest with you.
That's
Yo,
his.
listen. My
That's
wife.
his.
Listen. My wife just
So
said.
now to go to
My
the
wife just said Tupac.
2000 and up.
I didn't want. I mean, I like the two. I like Tupac when he passed strictly for my. And then, but it's like it's to me. It seemed like he became like he was doing too much, being too extra because he got down with Death Row, and like everything became a show for him. Not that he wasn't lyrical, not that he wasn't nice, but it wasn't really what I was looking for. And then at the time, he rubbed me the way because he was going against East Coast, so I felt some type of way.
That's right.
And he from the East Coast. Why you know what I mean? So that was my,
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't really feeling it when checking for him like that.
Tupac
But
Right.
those are mines that I would
Tupac.
listen to. Like if I had a,
when he was younger, like during those times, Brenda had a baby and all of that stuff. But at that time, I never listened to a whole Tupac album.
That's
I
true.
didn't listen to full Tupac albums until after he passed away, and that's when I really started to appreciate Tupac. Because I remember being in Taft Project with my man Scarecrow, and that was when All Eyes on Me came out. And he used to have the boombox, and he used to be playing All Eyes on Me. And we used to be walking around. I'm like, yo, why you keep playing this Tupac? What is this joint? And he's like, yo, nah, man, this is the joint right here. But I couldn't get jiggy with the joint. But then later on, when I went back and listened to all those albums, I became a super Tupac fan.
Wow. He said Eminem.
Wow.
I know that's right.
I'm not jacking
Eminem was
Eminem.
good.
Yeah.
I'm not
Eminem
jacking
is good. Eminem is good.
In 2000
Yeah, 2000
and
and
up,
up.
I was gonna pick Eminem too.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Eminem was alright.
Okay, so validate that though. Now you ain't got to validate it because we ain't have to validate nobody else. That's y'all feeling.
Yeah.
See, no, to me, no.
Emma's nice.
Listen. To me, listen. Hold on. Let me just say this. Right. The struggle that when Eminem got into the game, he understood the culture of the game. He went to the battling. He did a lot of these rappers now don't go through none of that. Like the guard was saying, like you battle for dancing, you battle with DJ, the best graffiti, who got the best clothes. Everything was about being the best at what you do.
Right.
A lot of these guys coming in now, not all of them, but a lot of them coming in manufactured. But they get successful. I'm not mad at them, but some of them don't really understand the essence of the game. You understand what I'm saying? And with Eminem, he came from the grass, who been in shady clubs and little nightclubs and battling and going against, regardless of his race. Like this is what he wanted to do, and he was determined to be nice at it, to go against anybody that was relevant, like in the game. And so, and from being from the Midwest and getting connected, like he came that, like he really understand the game. Not too many people understanding the game like that nowadays, man. And he and his background shows and proves that he really was into the game. Like he really,
because of his race. A lot of people say that. I'm not fronting on Eminem because of his race, because I liked Third Base. I like the Beastie Boys.
Right.
His content was dope.
But
I don't like Eminem because Eminem's content is not dope to me. It does not speak to me. I don't deal with people who talk about killing their mother and their baby mother and disrespecting women on a constant basis. And all his major content was talking about white pop stars. That I don't relate to that content.
Right.
I don't relate to it.
Well, everybody have their opinion, but
I'm passionate about it.
yeah, but see, everybody go through whatever they go through.
But he's not in the mix to me as a top 5 lyricist because his content does not relate to the hip hop community.
Right, but that's for you, knowledge. He said, he said that. I mean, Eminem was but you're all right. He did talk down to his mother, his baby mom.
I go by his background.
Right, but I don't know. Now I can't even speak.
But that was
about
what he was going through. See, you understand what he was going through popping pills and all that.
Right. So now we talking about coming up now where we at. So I can't even relate to none of the people.
He's 2002 to 2021. Eminem is part of that cohort.
That's true. But the people right now, 2021, these folks right here, I can't. Everything is a song for a woman to be popping their butt. I don't know. I can't get into that. That's just for me.
I don't be knowing what they be saying in most of the rap.
Right? Me neither.
I know one word. Get up. Get up. And Stevie.
Right. Right. You can't even dance to it. You just got to be on.
Hold up. And I just want to add one more. I like Lil Wayne too. I really like Lil Wayne. I really like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Like I think
Lil Wayne's good.
He fell off now though.
Yeah. Poor thing.
And what made me really get into him, like he stepped his game up, but also the people that work with him, like they will call him to do a feature song. They say he would go into the booth and 15 dudes were saying that they bought some champagne, some weed, and all this to make Lil Wayne feel comfortable when he came into the studio, expecting it to be like a long session. He came into the studio, went into the booth, and 15 minutes, knocked his little thing out,
and left.
And they didn't even have time. They didn't get a chance to pop none of the champagne. Well, he was in and out. He did what he had to do, and he had his thing. He was like, "Yo, it's probably something I had on my mind." And he said he don't write no lyrics now, but that to me is something to me that's like lyrical genius to me. You know what I mean? Like he's really nice. Like he's a really nice. Like he's nice in what he do. Like he's really lyrical what he do. And the concept, like it's like to me, like how you come up with this. Like if a person want to be a rapper, it's like how you come up with this. Like how you think of this. Like to me, that's amazing.
Okay, so being that y'all not gonna give the 2000 to 2021 generation, I have to say, right, that a couple people that I do give respect to right now is number one. I like the brother Dave East, right? Dave East is an official lyricist. Also,
Yeah.
I like to say I used to listen to Kendrick Lamar front to back. His album Good Kid, Mad City is a 5 mic album.
Mhm.
Also, another brother
Fire, fire,
to listen
fire.
to that has some 5 mic albums is Drake. Y'all try to front on him. Y'all can front on him, but Drake got some
Drake.
5 mic albums. He got albums that you can
Yo,
listen
look.
to front to back.
That's true. That's true.
Nah,
It
Drake.
was
Nah, Drake. Nah, Drake
He's
good.
good.
Drake good.
Yeah, he's good. It was somebody we was listening to not too long ago that I want to bring up right now, but I can't remember for some reason. Once you said Drake, that the what they say Drake that popped in my
Drake?
head. So I
You don't
know
like-
it's
Soldier Boy shot.
You don't like Drake?
Huh?
Yeah.
no Drake is
I-
good. Go ahead.
I like Rick Ross.
Oh yeah, Drake.
Rick Ross.
When
fact.
Soulja Boy did that.
In the 2000 and
Drake.
2021, I like the game was nice.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
game was nice. Right,
The
right,
game
right,
was
right,
nice.
right.
Ross was nice. I like 50 was nice. 50 coming that
Mhm,
Oh, yeah,
mhm.
that's right. 50 is part of that.
era.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, 50 was nice with it. I like Future. Because he
Okay.
like, he the oldest rapper out right now. He be killing the youngest. Future like 55 or something, bro. He be getting
What?
busy on.
Nah, he ain't no 55.
Yeah, he like 50 something, man.
What?
Future?
Yeah.
Who?
When Future
Future.
came in the game, he was 45 years old. That was mad years ago.
Wow.
Wow,
He was
didn't know
45 when he
that.
came in the game.
Nah, he ain't that.
I gotta
Future
fact
ain't
check
that old, man.
Fact check that, man.
Yeah.
Let me see what's
Yeah,
going on.
Nah, Future ain't that old.
Go to OG,
Man, I ain't going for that.
Definitely got to roll with him.
That's true.
Show him prove that action, man.
Yeah,
I'll see right now.
yeah.
55 Future.
Yeah, he like
Nah, I
50,
ain't
he
going
like
for that.
52, 53,
I ain't going for that.
something like that.
I'm not going for that, guy.
No, you know
Yeah,
who's good?
man. What you
Nah,
got?
I would not
Hey,
say
yo,
he was
look,
in his
hey, yo, look,
40s.
God, the brother got about 20 kids. He got about 20 kids, about 20 different girls, man. That brother been out there, man. Yeah,
Sheesh.
he ain't no
Yo,
young.
God, I'm not going for that. I'm
He ain't no
not
young. He
going.
can't have no 20 kids at 20.
Wow.
I don't know, God. I gotta say now cypher on that.
I buy a lot of
I say now
things,
cypher,
God.
God. I'm gonna bring it up.
45.
Now
yo,
cypher,
God.
God. Hold up. Let me bring this
Listen.
thing up. I'm gonna bring it up right now.
I buy a lot of things. I go to the
Look
store.
up his age.
Now
I
it's
go
now
to the store. I
cypher,
buy
God.
a lot of
I'm
things.
right now. Look.
I'm not buying that one. That one I'm not gonna leave that on the shelf.
Yeah, that's now
Look up
cypher.
your age.
Look right here. Look.
What's his age?
How old is he?
Born November 20th, 1983, age 37.
Get out. What
ain't no
future you was
37,
talking about?
man.
Yeah, he 37, God.
Nah,
So what year?
Ah!
So where you get what? That's what I'm saying. So therefore, and this is what I'm saying. This is where we go back to doing research,
Future older than 37.
doing stuff like you can't take nothing on. Hey, yo, God, you know you can't take nothing on face value.
Emphatically now, cypher, God.
Why you say that?
40 something,
What you basing that on, God?
Right.
Nah, that's not
What
what
you basing that on, God?
That's not what Google said,
All
God.
right,
You just said you was
the
Googling,
thing
right?
just said.
Check another site, man. The guy, I need the guard hit toys.
Where your information come from, God?
Ah!
Why are you so loud?
Ah!
Yeah.
No, you know
Yo,
who I like? I like Kanye
on top
West.
of that, look, I got
Where
one
you-
more
Kanye.
person. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kanye. Yeah, he's
I'll
in that
take
mix.
Kanye on
Oh,
that
Kanye
one.
West.
I'll take
Kanye
Kanye.
West is one of the greatest hip hoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got some fire
He say
joints.
what
He
want
got
to
some
say,
fire joints.
how he want to say
Yeah,
it.
Gemini,
Like, that's what
baby.
when he came on, when
Yeah,
the
I'm a
Katrina
Gemini
happened,
too.
I just watched the clip the other day. When he came, I just watched the clip the other day when Kanye West said when doing the Katrina, when the Bronx got the other actor that was giving a little speech or whatever, and when Kanye West came on, the first thing Kanye West said was, "George Bush do not care about black people."
That's
That was
Boom.
so phenomenal because everybody
Fact.
started realizing that.
He
Yeah,
don't
like,
care.
oh damn, like something
see
that,
how white boy there look at him
and this is
too.
when they start getting on their job now. And all of a sudden they want to get sending these funds out. FEMA start coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Gemini's in the
Like,
house.
nah,
So look,
you think he
we
crazy?
get
You
ready
know
to
what the hell
close
he was
out, man.
doing?
It's been beautiful. It's been
Because that's how he felt. He was so
It's been
Hey, yo,
fabulous.
man, we gotta get back on the bill again, God.
Yeah, we definitely got to get back on the field again, man. But we getting ready to close out. We've been on here for 2 hours, you
2
know.
hours. Whew.
So we definitely want to close
That's
out,
a fact,
and we
God.
want y'all to basically state your name again, where people can find
Hey,
you
yo,
at.
next son. Oh, yeah.
Hold on, God. We want you to state your name, where people can find you at, what you're working on, and all of that, and then we're gonna close out. So we're gonna start off with you, Knowledge. Peace, God.
Oh,
Where we
peace.
start? Go ahead,
God
God.
now is born. Peace.
Peace.
I mean, you can find me, man, everywhere. I'm in Pelon right now. I'm in Brownville. I'm all over the universe. I mean, I'm everywhere. And you know, basically, I'm working on my car insurance because I had an accident, and I'm trying to, get compensated for that. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on, stuff like that, trying to better myself, go through this rehabilitation stuff that they got me going through as far as my back injury and all that. But, as far as that, I'm keeping my nose to the street and seeing what's going on and making sure we're aware of certain things that we need to be aware of. So I can help
Absolutely.
you. That's it.
Salute.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
K-Born.
Hey, yo, Queen. Hey, yo, look. You see these two brothers? Those the
Mhm.
82 brothers. From the 82s and the 80s. You see how they was on me? Yo, look.
Right.
Imagine we was building back in the 80s. Folks would be like, mathematically and fantastically known, type of God. Yo, look, bro, would have been all over me back in the day. But yeah, peace. Yeah, my name is K-Born Rivers. Like I said, you can look me up under KBORN Rivers, a river with an S. I got a program called I Am My Community Inc. We promote public safety through mental health awareness programs. We got parenthood programs, and we got an anti-violence unit, which means somebody gets shot, assaulted, robbed in our community. We got zero to do with the police, but we take it upon ourselves to find out what happened, who, why, and we try to use street credibility to bring both sides together so they can squash it, so don't be no type of retaliation. Under Instagram, Facebook, everything, like I said, is KBORN Rivers. And go share the record. It's on all platforms. It's called All Right. It's all by Alexa B. And coming on this Friday, we got another record coming out and a video. The kids gonna be in the video. It's a nice video. It's been out before, but we're doing it again. And it's called What's Peace. WHAT''Z PEACE. What's Peace. Peace
That's
and blessings.
peace.
Thank y'all for inviting me on, man. Yo, it was a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I just want to share, and I'm gonna give my name, of course, but I do want to share every Saturday night. My husband and I is on Smash and Trash, and what I have done, I know you know pretty good. I had son pretty good with his
Yeah.
I
Said
sent
Tupac.
his information to Smash and Trash, and they've been playing his music out there. What he from again?
I think Connecticut. No, not Connecticut. Like Boston or somewhere like
I
that.
think they from Boston. So if you don't mind, Brother K Born, if I can
Yeah.
do the Smash and Trash, and I would just go ahead and pay for it to get on the slot. And what they do is they play people music, and if your music is trash, we say trash. If it's smash, we're gonna smash it, and they're gonna play it. So I would definitely let you know
Yeah,
about
let's
that.
go.
And okay, good. Also,
That's
I
my
would
boy,
love.
Pretty. Can I get a
Yeah,
holler?
I know. And then
Hallelujah.
also I want to talk to you about some community work with We Are Phenomenal Woman that I'm about to put something together
Okay.
for domestic violence and community violence. So once again, I'm Shanice Gay with Ali. I am CEO of We Are Phenomenal Women, and you can go on wearephenomenalwoman.com and check us out. Also, I'm an author of I Am Phenomenal with my sister, Quanisha Gatewood. I am the God I Be's wife and the co-founder of I Am Phenomenal Unlimited LLC. So that's my host bill.
Peace. You already know it's the God I Be, co-host of the Speak Your Mind podcast with the Allis. Please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, share this video so that our words can get out, and make sure that you come and see us again next Sunday at 1 p.m. Allah is seen and heard everywhere. Peace to the God Knowledge Born. Peace to the God K-Born Rivers for coming on. Yo, we salute that single. We gonna play it. We gonna have it out there. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the brother DMX, man. And you know we gonna keep your legacy shining. We gonna play your music and we gonna salute you up all day, every day. Peace to everybody out there, all the kings and queens, and all the human families of the universe. Peace.
Peace.
We out of here.